I already feel at home. And my relationship with the school has been quite a wonderful one. It's one of the things I shall remember and be thankful for, especially when I go back home to my own country. My dear friends, we are here today to talk about Thanksgiving, to be grateful, to talk about gratitude. And what a wonderful opportunity to be able to talk about gratitude in the church. There is no better place. And this is one of my most wonderful moments because it is the first time I'm talking in the church in the country. Sometimes we forget how lucky we are, but when days like this come, they help us to see that everything we have is a gift, including the gift of life. And those of us living in this part of the world are even more lucky than the millions of people who today are not able to get up from bed because of certain things happening in their countries, which is not their own fault. But in this country, we always have a lot to be thankful for. My dear friends, in this country, there is a lot that your ancestors have left for you. And sometimes we take these things for granted. Our freedom, our democracy, our peace. These things were bought for us by people. Some of them lost their lives, others their lives. I remember when Hitler wanted to take over the world with his difficult and nasty intention. People stood up in this country. Some fought in the seas, in the landing grounds, in the beaches, in the air. They did not surrender, and they saw this nation through the finest hour. Thanks to them that we can come to this church today and to do other things. These people have gone away, but their legacy continues in you because they are your ancestors, and within you is what helped them to pass through those difficult moments. During bank holidays, I see a lot of people living in different countries coming here to enjoy our scenery, to enjoy our environment. But because we are born here, we do not realize how lucky we are to have our seas, our slopes, our sands, our slates, our mountains, and the very wonderful things that we have. A few years ago, I came to this country. My intention was to finish my education and go back to my own country. But the love of this community and the wonderful landscape kept me here. And today I am proud to tell the world that I am Welsh. Maybe not by birth, but because you have adopted me with your attitude. Thank you very much for everything. My dear friends, today your children can hunt in the very mountains or in the very forest that your ancestors hunted in. They can fish in the very seas that they fished in. They can go down the valleys, climb the mountains, walk the beaches, and go to shopping malls. All these things happen because some people lived before you and they made sure that these things should stay. It is our responsibility now to show gratitude. And gratitude is not isolated. Gratitude goes with generosity. It goes with empathy. It goes with love. It goes with compassion. That is why when people have their birthday, they throw a party and invite people to come and celebrate with them. Gratitude and thanksgiving has been there through many civilizations in the world. Thanksgiving. Occasions of thanksgiving are there in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, in all the old traditions and all the old civilizations. So it's not a new thing we are doing. But sometimes we forget that our life is beyond us. And that for you to actually be grateful, you should think of other people. You should share what you are thankful for with other people. And that is when gratitude is fulfilled. I have a small story to share with you, because I know that this story will intersect the importance of gratitude more. And we share with you the other pillars of gratitude, which sometimes we forget. A long time ago, or about 3 decades ago, there was an American billionaire called Kenneth Berry. He made his money and he thought that the money would make him to become very happy. But yes, he had temporal pleasure, but wasn't really happy. And he thought of what to do. He decided to buy stuff. He bought cars, a private jet, built mansions, and drank very good wine with his friends. But he realized that there was still an emptiness in his heart. There was something that he did not yet have. There was still a lack of fulfillment. He decided to buy more stuff. And at the third instance, he decided to buy different stuff. At that time, he bought a football team called the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, there was happiness, but not as much as he wanted. Out of the blue, he got a phone call from someone he knew, inviting him to go with him to Bosnia. It was like, Kenneth, will you go with me to Bosnia? There in Bosnia, there are children. Some of them have lost their limbs to a war or to landmines. Some of them were born like that. Come go with me, and let us donate wheelchairs to them, because that will help them to have some freedom and to be able to walk around. Thankfully for Kenneth, he had time, and he went with his friend. Kenneth said that the moment he was able to help a young boy, emaciated, a wisp of the boy, and as he placed the boy into his wheelchair, the boy held onto him and wouldn't let him go. When he turned to look at the boy, he saw that tears were flowing down the boy's eyes. And the boy said, may I memorize your face one more time, so that when I see you in paradise, I'll be able to say thank you. At that very moment, something struck Kenneth. Tears still started flowing in his eyes. What he had been looking for in the private jet, what he had been looking for in his posh cars, what he was looking for in the mansions, he saw it in the gratitude of the young boy. And that was a period of epiphany, a period of discovery, a period of realization. Kenneth realized now that his happiness and joy was in helping other people. He decided to start a foundation called the Wheelchair Foundation, and today he's donated thousands of wheelchairs to children around the world, in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And later on, he created another charity that is giving water, clean water to many people. He has written a book called The Road to Purpose, recommended. My dear friends, there are many people out there in this country and in other countries that are waiting on you. You see them in the doors of supermarkets. They're in prisons. They're in the hospitals. They're in places. They do not have what we have. And sometimes we don't realize how lucky we are. One way to show gratitude is to remember that your humanity transcends beyond you. There is so much that the world needs from you as a person. Don't feel that you don't have the power to change the world. You do have, in very little ways. Like the head teacher said, every evening before we go to bed, it is important to look for 3 things that makes you happy. And there's always something that can make a human being happy and be grateful for, including the gift of life. Life is a gift. Enjoy the moments before they become memories. Everything you have today will be taken away from you at some point, including life. So better celebrate them and be happy that you are where you are. Let me leave you with this. These are some words that were found in the walls of an orphanage in a place called Calcutta in India. And some people think that these words were written by Mother Teresa of Calcutta. The Catholics call her Saint Teresa. People may be self-centered and unreasonable. Forgive them anyway. When you are kind, people can accuse you for ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. When you succeed, you will be able to have some fake friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. When you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. What you build in many years can be brought down in one single day. Build anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Be good anyway. Give your all to the world. It will not be remembered. Give your all anyway. If you find happiness and serenity, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them. Anyway, as we go back today, let us know that there is a lot for us to be happy with in this country. Be happy with your parents, with your teachers, with your life, with your seas, with your slopes, with your mountains, and with everything. But know that your gratitude should go beyond you. Remember those people who are not as lucky. They are all over in the world. Thank you.